I am Harshit Bhadiadra. I have total 10 plus years of experience in SQL, data migration, ETL, and other SSIS as well. And I am working in majority of my projects. I have worked on the SQL related things. So we will cover over here SQL from basic to advanced level, as well as we will see some of the queries asked in the product based companies. So let me share my screen, and if you have any doubt or any query, then you can ask me anytime. Let me know once you are able to see my screen. You are able to see, right? Okay. So we will see most of the things in SQL Server only. So let me know if you have not installed SQL Server in your system. I will let you know how we can install. These are the links I have mentioned over here. So let me open this first link, because without having the software we can't do anything, right? So over here, yeah. But for SQL Server Management Studio, we need to install SQL Engine as well, right? So we need to install two different software. So I have right over here. First one is this one. Let me. So this is the first software, right? So this is basically a SQL engine we are installing, because in SSMS we can't do anything, right, without having our database, right, inbuilt database. So this will provide the inbuilt SQL engine and database to communicate with SSMS. So first one is you need to install is this one, and then second one you need to install is this one. This is called SSMS, SQL Management Studio. So these two software you need to install. If you go to the download page, then it will showing over here, right? Choose the download you want. So what you want to do, you need to select this one, and you need to select this one. 1 minute. Yes. Yeah, I will prefer to install the SQL Server, because maybe the syntactically difference may be there in MySQL and SSMS SQL Server. So we will. I don't have MySQL as of now, so we will most of the things we will do in SQL Server only. But the concept will be the same. Like, yes, yes, sure. I will provide the link as well. Yeah, recording right now I will not provide, but after a few days I will provide the recordings. Okay, I have put the links into the chat. Now, when you click on these two things, you need to directly go to the download. So both of the software will be downloaded, right? In your download box, sorry, download folder, and then from over here you will install it one by one. So as of I have already installed in my system. I am not installing again, but if you face any problem, then you will let me know. I will help you to install the software. Or if any one of you do as of now, right now, then also there will be no problem as per your choice. Yes, that will be fine, but maybe it will take some time. Let's see. Can anyone share the screen and you will download and then we will see how to install. If anyone share the screen, then it will be fine. Okay. Yeah, please share, download and share the screen. Sorry, can you repeat? Actually, for that you need some good means good average configuration laptop, and it may slow, but for practice purpose it is necessary, right? Because without installing software, we cannot do the practice, right? Just understanding the concept and better to do practice, that will make the difference, right? So not huge difference actually. My laptop is working very good even though I have so many softwares. So can anyone sharing the screen or we will move forward? Whatever is yes. Yes, yes, that is fine. Yes, yes. You are able to create tables and execute queries, everything, right? Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, that is fine. Yes, yes. Okay, I think someone has shared the screen. Okay, go to the download. If it is taking time, then we will move forward and understand the concepts parallelly. Okay, okay. Till it is downloaded, we will. Okay, so let's move forward. So let's start with the very basic concepts like what is a database. So can anyone tell me in your language or your understanding what we can say as a database? My screen is visible. Okay. Can anyone tell me what is a database? Okay. Yeah, anyone else? So yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, right. So we can say that database is an organized collection of data that can be easily accessed and managed. So we can say that, and it is also collection of different objects. not only tables, right? Someone has mentioned only tables, but it is a collection of tables. Then you can say that other objects like store procedures, functions, then synonyms, then views, then we can say that triggers. So this database is a collection of different objects uh, which we which can be easily managed and accessed through the some of the user interface software. And over here we have the user interface software that is known as a SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio, right? So without SSMS we cannot manage. How we can manage these tables, how we can manage these store procedures. So this is a user interface software which is helpful to communicate with the database, right? And yeah, if anyone has any question they can ask. And then for that purpose we need to install the SQL server. So over here we need to install two different things. This is known as SQL database engine, right? And this is a user interface software. So only this one way will not work and only this one will not work. So both of the things are mandatory to work with SQL server, right? Now let me know if you have any question. Okay. Yeah. So we can say that there are mainly two types of databases are there, which one is OLTP and one is OLAP. So what do you mean by OLTP? So we can say that online, yes, yes, right. Online transaction processing, and OLAP means online analytical processing. Now, if you see online transaction processing, so whenever we go to the bank, so banking is the perfect example of online transaction processing, right? Because in the bank every day, day to day transactions are happening, right? Day to day transactions are happening each day. Many customers are coming to the banks and they are withdrawing the amount, then crediting the amount. So I will show you one uh, image I have with me. So let me show you that image. So if you see, right, uh, bank has a different types of accounts are there, right? Like saving account, current account. Then different customers are uh, no, I am already presenting. Are you able to see my screen, everyone? Okay, let me share it again. Now I think you should able to see. Okay. So this is a perfect example of OLTP system. So in the banking, we whenever we different customers are there, right, in the bank. So all of the customers has their personal informations are there with the bank, right? So that personal information will be stored in the one table, like customer ID, customer name, phone number. Then their customers have different accounts are there, right? So sorry, one customer has maybe multiple accounts or multiple different types of accounts will be there. So their account ID will be also separated in the separate table, right? Maintained in the separate table. So for that, this is a separate table called accounts. So their account ID will be there. Then what kind of account name will be there. Then when the customer has opened that particular account, so that date will be there. And then if you see over here, customer ID in the customer table is a primary key over here. We will show all this thing primary key, foreign key in detail level, but for now understanding purpose, I am just showing you customer ID is primary key in customer table, whereas the same customer ID is foreign key in the accounts table. So like primary key foreign key relationships are also maintained, right? Then what kind of purchases customer has done, like purchase ID. So for that purpose, another table has been maintained. Now again, what kind of transaction a customer has done. So every transaction has a one transaction ID attached with it, right? So for that transaction ID is maintained. Then and what date particular transaction is done, then amount of transaction, let's see how much 5,000 amount has been withdrawn. So 5,000 will be maintained over here in the transaction table. So this is, you can say this is the perfect example of OLTP system. And the another one is a OLAP, right? So OLAP means over here aggregate data has been maintained for the reporting purpose. So suppose if you do the reporting on the online transaction processing, then it will be a huge amount of data, right? In online transaction processing, every day bank has a lots of transaction for lots of customers are there. So it is not we can say it is not consider for the reporting purpose, because the uh, data is huge amount of data. So if we do the reporting, or if we connect the Power BI with this transaction tables, then our Power BI report will be stopped, right? Or it will take a huge amount to open the report. But what if we have the like aggregate information, like per quarter data, or we can say that per monthly data or yearly data, right? Then this data will be generated on the this transaction table, but it will be considered as a OLAP, right? Online analytical processing. And if we have this amount of data in any kind of tables, or we can say that views, then this we can say that this report we can the file size, can you tell me file size of this report will be larger or this report will be larger in Power BI, or yeah, OLTP will be larger, right? Because it has row wise each of the row data. But if we have the data into this format, then file size will be smaller, and also for reporting purpose, this one will be more preferred, right? Aggregate data will be more preferred. Yes, yes. Now you can hear me, right? Okay. Yeah. So file size will be more in OLTP than in, yeah, yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, now clear, right? Okay. So reporting purpose always OLAP is more preferred than the OLTP, right? So that's why we are creating OLAP database as well while doing the any kind of reporting. Now let's see what are the different types of data are there with us. So previously we have mostly the structured data are there, right? Structured data means what the image we have seen just. So this one we can say that a structured data, right? Because how we can say this the structured data, because every different categorized data are stored in the different tables. That is why it is known as a structured data. But nowadays we can say that the unstructured data and semi-structured data are also there. So can anyone tell me which is the example of semi-structured data and which is the example of unstructured data? Yeah, column names. Uh, yes, yeah, column names are, yeah, yeah, files, audio, videos, images, PDF, docs. These are called unstructured data. In semi-structured data, I think columns will be there, but it will be not in the tabular format. You can perfect example of this semi-structured data is JSON. JSON is semi-structured data in which columns will be there, but it is not in the tabular format, right? Yeah, maybe it will be like this one. I can we can say like this. Then you can say that name. Then like Harshit. Then EMP ID one. Then this will be the first record. Then again maybe second record will be start like this and like this. Mostly this kind of JSON formats are there, right? Again we can say that employee. This is employee table. Then these are the columns. Then again this is first record, then this is second record, and this employee table will be closing over here. So this is employee table, two columns are there and two records are there, we can say. And the distinct record means ID1 and ID2, right? So this is normally a JSON format, and that is known as a semi-structured data. So these are mostly the types of data are there. Now fact, let's see the fact table and the dimension table. So let's come again with this image, and can anyone tell me any idea about fact table? Which is the fact table over here from this diagram? Okay, so which is the fact table over here? Uh, no, I think yeah. Yes, right. Only I think only transactions is the fact table, and all others are the, we can say, the dimension table. Why? Because if you see over here, 1 minute. Because if you see over here, if you see in the customers table, right, primary key are customer table, primary key are there, then maybe unique customer ID will be assigned to all of the customers, right? Name may be duplicate but customer ID will be unique, right? So it is only containing the detailed information of all of the customers. Then if you see the account types, so account types, what are the different accounts are there? So SA means saving account, then CA means current account. So again it will be the dimension table will be there, right? But if you see over here in the accounts as well, if you see, so there is no different accounts or different customer accounts are there, right? But there is no specific transaction, like you can say that there is no any amount related fields are there, right, in the accounts table. So that one we can also consider as a dimension table. But if you see over in here in the transactions table, all of there is only one transact key is there. There is one only one transaction ID, so that is fine. It is maintaining the transaction details of all the transaction. But if you see over here, purchase ID, account ID, and transaction type code, and also amount is mentioned, right? Amount of transaction. So for that purpose, transactions we can say that as a fact table, because in the transaction table mostly, sorry, in the fact table mostly all the tables primary key will be stored as a foreign key in the transaction table, and that is we can consider as a fact table. But whenever in the dimension table only mostly the primary keys are there, right? So foreign key is there, but it is just for the reference purpose. There is no meaning of foreign key in merchant ID in this table. It is only used for the reference to connecting two different tables, right? So is the fact table and dimension table concepts are clear? Yeah, so we can easily say that whichever table we are using for the some of the calculation purpose, right? Like if I am a customer of the bank, then in within a month how much amount I have withdrawn and how much amount I have credited in 1 month. So how we can check that data? So for that data we need to go to the transaction table, right? So over here we can say that in the transaction table, oh, my customer ID, my entire 1 month data will be there, right? So amount of transaction of 1 month, and if we can say that transaction type code, it means like withdraw. So in 1 month, how much amount I have withdrawn, we can consider from this transaction table, right? So that is known as a fact table, because some we are doing some of the, you can say that some we will use some aggregate function in this transaction table, right? But can we use the aggregate function in the customer table, or is it meaningful to use the aggregate function in the customer table? Can anyone say that? Is it meaningful? Yeah, right. It is not meaningful, right? So all this, that is why customer is a dimension table. It is providing the dimension to connect with the transaction table. But we are mostly we are using our aggregations or any type of aggregations on the fact table, right? That is why transaction is known as a fact table, not the dimension table. Again, one you can say that again one example like customer account types. You can say. So, what are the different accounts are available in the bank? Like saving account, current account, fixed deposit account, recurring account. So, these are the different accounts are unique values are there, right? So that is why account type. will be considered as a what kind of table? Dimension or fact? No, no, it will be dimension. It will be dimension table. There is no fact information are there, right? Is there any amount or are we doing any aggregation on this account type table? No, right? It has a unique value of different accounts available in the bank. So it will be a dimension table only, right? Not the fact table. Are you getting? Okay. You just need to remember one thing, in which table we will doing our aggregation transformation for the reporting purpose. From this diagram, in which table we will be doing our aggregation transformation or aggregation function for reporting purpose. Can you tell me in which table? Yes, only transactions table. So that is why transaction table will be known as a fact table. But rest of the tables are giving us the information regarding unique customers detail, then unique account details, then unique merchant details, right? Please be on mute. Please be on mute. So that is why all these are the dimension tables, except transactions tables. Now clear? Okay, okay. We will maybe we will see in the future a few more examples as well. Yeah. Now we have seen this online OLTP, OLAP. It is written over here, right? OLAP is good for analysis purpose. Analysis means we can say that reporting purpose, right? Now data will be of two different types that we have also seen. Now creating a table. So mostly we will start with the creating tables, then we will adding the constraint into the tables, then we will see the how constraints are effective use of the constraints, then we will see the normalization. What are the different types of normalization we will see. So let's see the creating a table. What are the basic rules for creating a table? So the basic rule for the creating the tables are always recommend to start the table name with the alphabet. Now let me try. Are we able to use with the numeric value or not? Like EMP, then EMP ID, integer, EMP name, varchar of 10. Is this allowed or not? It is starting from the alphabet, right? So yeah, right. It is not allowing. But if I do like this now, okay, it is allowing me, right? But it is a wrong practice. I just show you different examples to your understanding, right? Now if I run this query, then it will show you me the blank table, but it is not a good practice. right? It is not a good practice. Always recommend to start the table with the alphabet. So always start with like this only, not like numeric, right? Now 128 characters can be used for the table name and 128 characters can be used for the column name. What does it mean? Means if you use like this one, so this is a character, right? So this length should be 128 characters. For the best practice, I am telling you, for the best practice, not more than 128 characters over here and not more than 128 characters over here as well. Because ideally, 128 is also very large, right? Yeah. So always 128 characters can be used for table name, means less than, you can say that less than, and less than 128 characters can be used for column name. Now one more thing, we can have only 1024 column in a table. So ideally it will be less than 1024 only, but sometimes maybe it has a in Excel file, right? Sometimes maybe from the CSV file we are trying to create a table. But what if in the CSV file 10 column information will be more than 1024? Then it will be giving us the error. It will not allow SQL Server will, or maybe Oracle SQL will be also will not allow to create a table more than 1024. So it is a thumb rule, right? You need to follow this practice. Now let's create one table. I think I have already created. Now can anyone tell me why over here red line is coming? Yes, right. So if you see over here, there is already an object named EMP in the database, right? So now let me first show you, before this table creation, let me show you the different types of commands in SQL Server. So if you see over here, you can see this image, right, in my screen. So there are mainly five different types of commands are there. DDL command, data definition language, then DML command, data manipulation language, then data control language, then transaction control and data query language. So data DDL command. So whenever we are creating any object in the database, or when we are altering any object in the database, and when we are removing any object permanently into the database, that is known as a DDL command, data definition language command. We will see example of each and every one from the coming classes, but this is the, I am telling you in the high level, right? So create table, right? Create table or create store procedure or drop the store procedure, or if the table is already created, right? If the table is already created, then what if, suppose, let me give you one example. This is a EMP table, right? So what if I want to add phone number over here in this table? Now can anyone tell me what I have to do? No, no, but let me tell you. Now let me show you over here. Let me drop this table, drop table EMP. Now let me create this table. Okay, now I want to add phone number. Then yeah. So yeah, perfect. So we will see the example I am just showing you. So alter is a DDL command, right? Because we are adding any information in or any kind of information further into the already existing table. So that is why alter is also the part of the DDL command. Now suppose sometimes someone will tell that the manager information is not required in the employee table. Then we need to what we need to do? Can you tell me? Yeah, right. We need to drop that column. So again, drop is a DDL command, right? Now let's see the example of the means. Let's see whenever the table is already available with us, right? So it is a blank table, right? But we are inserting some data into the table. So let me insert the data. We will see everything in more detail level. I just show you this example. So this data is now available right into this particular table. Select star from EMP. So now insert will be the part of the DML statement, right? We are doing some data manipulation in the table. So that is why insert will be the part of the DML statement. Then suppose in the future we need to increase the salary of all the department, all the employees working in the department 20, right? I will give you one example. Sometimes we have a requirement to increase the salary of all the employees working in the department and we want to increase by 1000 rupees. So what is that kind of command? That is an update statement, and update is a part of DML statement. That is also we are doing some data manipulation, right? And suppose sometimes we need to entirely remove the all the employee details who are working in the department 20, means we want to remove the 6 rows. So for that what we need to write? Delete statement. And delete is also the part of the we are doing some data manipulation. So that is also part of the DML statement, right? Now one more thing is the data control statement. So if you are working as a data engineer or data analyst, then you do not need to work with this data control language. Mostly you do not need to do. So if we as a database administrator, I want to give some grant to some of the user to select the data from the table or to update the data into the table, then for that purpose grant command will be used or grant statement will be used, that we are giving the permission to retrieve employee data to some particular user. So that will be the part of the data control language. And suppose if you want to revoke, suppose some user has already that kind of permissions is there, but now that user will be the no part of the organization, right? That user will be no part of the organization. So at that time we have to revoke the permission whichever we have given to that particular user, right? So that revoke statement also will be the part of the data control statement. Now one more thing is transaction control statement, right? So what is a transaction control statement? So if you see over here, let me show you one. Let me again drop this table. Now let me create this table. Now let's see one thing. So over here, I have inserted one record, right? I have inserted only one record into the EMP table, but now I get to know that this record I have inserted wrongly, right? I have inserted wrongly. I want to I want to roll back my transaction. I don't want to permanently commit this one. So can I use rollback over here? It will work or not? Let me see. It will not work. The rollback transaction request has no corresponding begin transaction, because I will tell you in SQL Server all the transactions whatever we have done is auto commit. In SQL Server it is auto commit. Whenever we have done this one, it is automatically permanently stored into the table. We cannot roll back. But now for that purpose, what we need to do? For that purpose, what we need to do, I will show you again. Let me stop. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that one I am showing you now. I have now what I have done. Okay, I have just created the table. Now I am doing the begin transaction. Now, okay, begin. Okay, now I have done begin transaction. Now I have done the insert the record into the table. But now I got to know that I have inserted this record mistakenly, right? I have inserted this record mistakenly. So it will showing me now, right? It will showing me now in the table, right? You are able to see this record, right? But now if I do the rollback, now is that error is coming? Previously that error is coming, right? The rollback transaction has no corresponding begin transaction. Now is it coming? It is not coming, right? Why? Because I have done over here begin tran. Now if I do the rollback, now this is the purpose. Okay, I have already done, right? Now what what this table will show me? Can anyone tell me? It will not show me that one record, right? Exactly. So this is the meaning of rollback. This is the meaning of rollback. But always remember, yeah, yes, yeah. For every rollback, we must need to do begin tran. Then only you will able to roll back. Otherwise, everything will be auto commit in SQL Server. No, no. Actually, no. Firstly, I have done the begin tran. Firstly, I have created the table, right? Firstly, I have created the table. Then I want to do some data manipulation language, right? DML. So for that DML statement, insert is a DML statement, right? So you cannot directly insert. Before insert, you need to do begin tran. So before insert, I have done the begin tran. Then I have done the insert statement, and then I have rollback. No, no, without, okay, yeah, that also I have shown you. Without doing a begin tran, this will, you cannot roll back. We have seen it, right? We have seen it. We, yes, yeah, that you can do a rollback again. Yes, but if you do not do the begin tran, then you cannot do the rollback. Yeah, you got it, right? If you do not do the begin tran, then you cannot do the rollback, right? Hello. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, okay. So this commit and rollback will be also be the part of this transaction control statement. Now the final one is the data query language. And in most of the cases in this our course curriculum, we will see the most of the examples of data query language. You can say that data retrieval language as well, DRL or DQL. That are the select statements. So now let me tell if you have any of the doubt for today's session. This timing will be fine, right? Okay, so 10 to 11 or 10 to 11:30 will be fine for everyone, right? Okay, so we will keep this one. I will put the in the group also tomorrow's class link. Yeah, yeah, I will put in the group also for tomorrow's class link. How do you find the today's session? Yeah, we can say that 1 or 1.5 month minimum it will go, or maybe up to 2 months. But we will try within 2 months. We will try to complete. Yeah, yeah. Our focus on, yeah, our focus will be on queries. But first of all, we will get to understand all kind of the concepts like what are the subqueries are there, what are the different joins are there, what are the ranking functions are there, what is cities are there. Firstly, we will understand all the concepts, and then later on we will start with the queries. Yeah, any other? Yeah, I will provide you all the notes, whichever we will write practice over here. I will provide you everything, like create table script, insert table script, update everything, delete whatever we will do in the session. I will provide all the notes. Yeah, recording for right now, we will you will not get, but maybe after the course or maybe after 1 month, I will provide. Yeah, alternate day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and if it is possible, Saturday also we can connect. If everybody is fine with Saturday, then same. Yeah, Saturday also we will same timing, 10 or 11 o'clock, because yeah, because after in the afternoon everybody is going maybe outside or somewhere, right?